Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chatmosa. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Wednesday, February 11th. So with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co-hosts. We have my Icy Chili and my Libra Queen. Hey, ladies.
Hello.
Hey.
And shout out to my listeners, especially my Hammy and my Beezus, especially keeping it holding it down in the chat. And also shout out to the Pinhook. So again, I am actually recording live from the Out Council at the Pinhook. So shout out to the Pinhook for allowing us to use this space. I'm in my hometown. Bull City, L. Well, anyway, for this month, for Black History Month, we like to do some highlights. And this person that I'm going to highlight, I'm actually really excited to highlight about today. She goes by the name of Renee Watson, a award-winning best-selling author, number one New York Times best-selling author, honey, who reps Portland, Oregon to its fullest. And one of the reasons I'm happy to talk about this wonderful woman is because she is actually a close friend to our gorgeous Moon. So you know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna just call her my cousin. Hey, cousin.
What's up,
So
cuz?
yes, and I was able to share her about me page on her website. You see where it says ReneeWatson.net. And let me share my screen so we can learn more about this fabulous woman. So you should see here, it starts by saying Renee Watson is a number one New York Times bestselling author with over 1 million books sold. Her award winning young adult novel, Piercing Me Together, received a Coretta Scott King Award and a Newbery Honor. Her poetry collection, Black Girl, You Are Atlas, received a Coretta Scott King Honor and was the winner of the Walter Dean Myers Award. Her debut novel, Skin and Bones, was named an Amazon Best Book of the Year. Known for centering her poetry and fiction around the experiences of Black girls and women, Watson's work explores themes of identity and the intersections of race, class, and gender. Her books include the Ryan Hart series, All the Blues in the Sky, and the critically acclaimed picture book, the 1619 Project, Born on the Water, co written with Nicole Hannah Jones. And just a little side note, if you all haven't seen the 1619 documentary that's available on Hulu, I would highly recommend it. Great watch. It continues. Her stories often inspired by her experiences growing up in Portland, Oregon. Watson is also an educator and community activist who has used the arts to help youth cope with trauma and discuss social issues. As part of this work, her picture book, A Place Where Hurricanes Happen, was inspired by poetry workshops she led with children in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. For over 20 years, Watson taught creative writing and theater as a writer in residence in schools and community centers across the nation. Watson has given keynotes and readings at the United Nations, the Library of Congress, and the U.S. embassies in Japan and New Zealand. An international baddie, you better work. So she serves on the Education Advisory Council for for the Academy of American Poets. She splits her time between Portland, Oregon, and New York City. So Renee Watson, you better keep doing your thing, girl. We are happy to honor you here. And like I said, she is a close friend to Gorgeous Moon. So because of that, I'm going to call this woman my cousin. So and we just have the Gorgeous Moon that just hopped in. Hey girl, look who we talking about today. Ooh, well, I'm sure Gorgeous Moon is really excited about today's share but she's probably having some technical difficulties. But thank you so much, Moon, for recommending her for this highlight.
Beautiful story.
Yes, honey.
Miss Renee Watson. Happy
Yeah,
Black History Month.
happy. But I told y'all Renee is one of the most fabulous names in the world, honey. Even the Lost Boys said it. What they say, I reminisce upon my ghetto princess every day. What? Renee. Okay, well.
Okay.
Well, I think that's enough classy for today. Let's go ahead and get ratchet, honey. Let's go ahead and jump right into the tea.
Ratchet tea time.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, I do have to start off with the sad news story about now this story kind of like um annoyed me a little bit because now when it comes to Miss Nancy Guthrie, they have somebody just coming out the woodwork saying, "Hey, send me one Bitcoin and I'll send you some information about what's happening."
Oh God.
Child. And y'all see I just shared here by way of TMZ. New Nancy Guthrie note. Sender demands one Bitcoin for info on kidnapping suspect.
This is crazy.
And it gets even crazier, hun. Well, there's a new note in the Nancy Guthrie case, but this one doesn't seem to be from the kidnapper. Instead, it's from someone offering to give up information on the kidnapper. TMZ received the note just before 5 a.m. Pacific time, and the sender claims they've tried unsuccessfully to reach Savannah Guthrie's brother, Cameron, and her sister, Annie, by email and text. The note goes on, if they want the name of the individual involved, then I want one Bitcoin to the following wallet. Time is more than relevant. There is a legitimate Bitcoin address in the note, and it is a different address from the one in the original ransom note received by TMZ and two Tucson TV news stations. We have forwarded this note to the FBI. It's unclear if the sender of this note is legit, but interestingly, one Bitcoin is worth about $66,000 right now. You'll
Mm-hmm.
recall law enforcement is currently offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to Nancy's kidnappers. This comes less than 24 hours after a flurry of activity in the case. On Tuesday, the FBI released the first images of the armed individual who showed up on Nancy's doorstep early in the morning of February 1st, the day she was taken. Then, in the evening, cops detained a person of interest, a delivery man who was pulled over in a Tucson suburb. After questioning him, though, law enforcement released the man who told reporters he didn't even know who Nancy was. And in just a moment, I'll have more information about him. But child, I don't have
Y-
words.
You gets the money after you give up the information, not before. Stupid.
Uh,
It has to be credible. It has to lead to them catching the person. You don't get the reward money before. I
And my
mean,
thing is, if you have that information, then do the right freaking thing.
and
Like,
tell
oh,
it. Tell it. Yeah. Instead of
so
trying to
goofy.
extort money.
Yes, honey. Hey, chaotic cup.
So, cup.
And
Hello.
gorgeous moon, are you with us? Are you still having trouble?
She might be in a meeting or something.
Mm, probably, yep. Well, you go welcome on the mic, girl, whenever you can. Well, like I said I did say I had more information about the man that they arrested, honey, in connection with the in Chile. I even saw like you were posting about it in the back chat. You was like, "Oh, they caught somebody," and they say, "Oh, never mind, they released them."
Yeah, Gorgeous Moon put that in there, and then I heard on the morning news that he had been released. So,
Child, and you see, I just shared here by way of TMZ. Delivery man declares innocence after being questioned and released in Nancy Guthrie kidnapping. He didn't even know who. Like I was just minding my business trying to deliver some food, and here y'all are, child. Anywho, well, the DoorDash delivery man released Tuesday night after the FBI detained and questioned him in connection with Nancy Guthrie's abduction is speaking out, telling the world he's not the kidnapper. The delivery man named Carlos told a scrum of reporters he didn't know who Nancy was until he came face to face with FBI agents and Pima County Sheriff deputies in Rio Rico, Arizona, about 60 miles south of Tucson. Carlos told journalists he noticed law enforcement following his vehicle Tuesday evening as he drove down a road in Rio Rico near his home, pulling over on his own accord. The delivery man, who works for DoorDash and GLS, says the authorities promptly detained him and questioned him for hours about his recent whereabouts. But Carlos insists he's totally innocent and has nothing to do with Guthrie's abduction, saying he feels like he was kidnapped himself. He also slammed the police for breaking down his front door and damaging the garage door of his house when they raided it earlier in that day.
oh
Bottom
my,
line, Carlos wants to clear his name. After Carlos was detained, his mother in law also spoke with reporters, saying the police raided their home after receiving a tip that Nancy was in their home. The mother in law seemed genuinely confused as to who Nancy is. And she said she allowed authorities to search her home, but they came up empty. The Pima County Sheriff's Department confirmed they conducted a court authorized search at Carlos's residence about 15 miles from the port of Nogales, a major U.S. Mexico border crossing. Earlier Tuesday, the FBI released images and a video of Nancy's alleged kidnapper, showing the masked intruder at her front door on a Nest camera. And as you know, Nancy was reported missing on Sunday, February 1st, hours after her family dropped her off at home following Saturday night dinner with her daughter Annie Guthrie and Annie's husband, Tommaso Cioni. Nancy is 84, in poor health, and requires daily medication.
Now, are they gonna fix that man stuff? I doubt it.
Of course not.
Gonna tow his house up and everything. That's crazy. See that, and they can get away with that and not repair, the damage. And obviously, these people don't seem like they have a lot. He's door dashing. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, anytime they come in your house smashing, as long as they have a warrant, you're
Yeah,
you're you're kind of screwed.
right. They don't have to fix that damage. Why didn't they just knock the person? Probably would have let him in. I mean, obviously the woman let him in. They didn't have to break stuff to get in. That's crazy. Mm, poor DoorDash driver.
Yeah. And now he got to clear his name on this bullshit. Now people probably gonna be still looking at him in the neighborhood like, but did you still have something to do with it? Did you
That's
know
not
these people? Like, why would they be pulling you up over for out of everybody? Like,
well,
and
because
I hate that for him.
I think just any person in the neighborhood, because they don't know who it was. Anybody who delivers in that neighborhood is a suspect, not just him. Any UPS, FedEx, anybody that come through there, I would think.
Yep.
Mm,
Yeah. Well, that's that on that, honey. And of course, any other information that I get, I will certainly, because I definitely want to know. I hope that she, in some way, is returned home by some miracle. I truly hope.
Cup, read the chat. Yeah, me too. Me too. Because it's really, I hate to be hopeless about it, but it really is getting to be a very long time for her to be unmonitored without her medication and so forth. This is not good.
Yeah. Well, child, speaking of something else that's not good, honey. So, do y'all remember how yesterday we learned about a shooting and say I kept saying I'm not going to San Francisco because I heard y'all be shooting over there, honey. I heard y'all be shooting over in San Francisco, and because the Keon White was shot at, and then the stories that we read that like he really had nothing. I mean, there was like a little bit of a argument, but he supposedly, allegedly, had nothing to do with it. Is what we read yesterday, but he was still hit in the ankle, but he refused to cooperate with police or whatever, whatever. Girl, how about we got more information about that jet? Girl, when I tell you I was gagged this morning when I read this shit, honey. So y'all should see, I just posted a TMZ article. You should see where it says 49ers Keon White reportedly in argument with Lil Baby and his crew before the shooting. When, bitch, I'm Lil Baby. The very same, honey. Lil Baby and his goons out there shooting at motherfuckers, honey. Allegedly, allegedly. Well, this starts by saying the investigation into the shooting of Keon White just took a wild turn because of what reportedly happened between the 49ers DE and rapper Lil Baby before the shots rang out just hours after the Super Bowl. According to the San Francisco Standard, which says it's seen the police report. 27-year-old White and Baby got into an argument after the Grammy-winning rapper and his friends were turned away from the Third Year Pro's private event at a local San Francisco lounge. Per the outlet, a witness told police he saw the verbal argument and went to get help from the bar staff before he heard two gunshots ring out. When the witness returned, he discovered White had been shot in the ankle area. Police arrived on the scene just after 4 a.m. and entered the club to investigate, discovering numerous scantily clad females picking up dollar bills that were strewn all over the floor. I'm sorry, I just had to take a moment. I know that's right, ladies. Get that money. Anywho, when cops made contact with White, the report claims he was uncooperative. Investigators retrieved footage from surveillance cameras at the scene and found an abandoned cell phone. They also located a 9 millimeter and 45 caliber casing near the scene. The local outlets report comes after the Atlantic on Monday reported the altercation did not involve White, who was at the time thought to be minding his own business when he was hit with the bullet. The new info, again courtesy of the San Francisco Standard, calls that version of the story into question. For their part, cops say in a statement that a preliminary investigation revealed a verbal altercation occurred between two groups inside a business. The victim was injured when shots were fired by an unknown suspect. Social media posts and an event page showed the rapper was in the Bay Area for the Super Bowl, including a post from his own Instagram from a suite at Levi's Stadium. But there's nothing outside of the news story linking the star rapper to the lounge where the violent incident went down. Neither side has commented on the situation. So again, this looks like this is all just speculation by way of the San Francisco Standard. But they say, honey, that he got shot in the ankle because he was fussing and fighting with Lil Baby and his crew.
But he wasn't doing nothing.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
And I'm like, damn, Lil Baby, especially after I think the last story we read about Lil Baby was him like giving back to a community or something, him being a philanthropist or something like that. And now he out here shooting niggles, allegedly, allegedly.
Why do you always got to bring gunfire into it? This is just nuts.
Because
Now
they
he
can't fight.
shot this man. Now what's about to happen to you?
They can't fight, so they always want to grab them pistols, honey, because they can't fight. Honey, they've been talking about this since the '90s. That's what the whole movie Friday is about, honey. They say what Pop say: you win some, you lose some, but you win. You live to fight another day. You probably feel
Mm-hmm.
like a man with that gun in your hand, don't you? Look,
Mm-hmm.
this is the whole since the '90s. So, well, that's that on that, child. We'll see if any side does speak about it, and I will continue to follow this story. Child, this next door baby, Anderson Park, Mariah Carey, come out here, come get your man, cause Anderson Park out here being community dick, honey, allegedly, allegedly. Girl, why the word on the curb, girl? He has been spotted with Jeannie Mai. And y'all
Mm.
should see, y'all see, I have this link here from TMZ. Jeannie Mai spotted getting cozy with Anderson Park during dinner on video, honey.
I don't think him and Mariah are together anymore because I haven't seen pictures of them together in a minute.
Yeah, that's probably just a little side dick that she take every now and then, honey. We all have it. This is a little side dick, nothing serious. Just when I want to, when I want to be put through the mattress, just come over, do your thing, and take your ass home.
Hmm.
So that's that on that. Because I think that's what the case was with what was that boy name? Tanaka. I remember his last name, Tanaka. Um, I think he was part Japanese. One of her background dancers. He
Yeah.
was. Yes, honey. But anywho, back to Jeannie Mai. Now, I'm not her biggest fan. I don't really rock with her like that, especially when she was on The View. She had like a lot of what I thought were conservative views. So I just kind of don't really. And then when she got married to Jeezy and that whole thing, I'm just like, mm. But now, honey, look like she's going for another black man. And the gag is, remember when she was on the real, she said that she only like to use the black meat and throw it out, but she knows she need her white meat to keep her lean and clean. Remember, she said, I'm
Yeah,
paraphrasing, but
remember that. And now
mm,
she all in the chocolate pool. So what's up?
hmm what's up, honey? I mean, I guess there is some truth to once you go black, anywho. But this goes on. Looks like a new celeb spark might be brewing because Jeannie Mai was just spotted getting real cozy with none other than Anderson Park. They have the clip. The two were seen locking in on each other during dinner at LA hotspot Andy's Tuesday night, sitting close in a booth and clearly in their own little world. At one point, the singer had his arm around Jeannie as they leaned in for what looked like a pretty intimate, low key convo. Plenty of people were around, but these two were fully dialed into each other. Though for now, it's just flirty vibes with no official word that they're actually dating. It does turn into, if this does turn into something, it'll mark a fresh chapter for Jeannie, who recently wrapped up a messy split from Jeezy, finalizing their divorce in June of 2024 after tying the knot back in 2021. And they shouldn't have been a knot that was tied in the first damn place. Everybody kept telling his ass don't marry that girl, and look. But you know, that's that on that, honey. I mean, you know what I say, get that dick, girl. I mean, is he me? And I have no way of proving this, no evidence of this. But Anderson Paak, he does. I think maybe it's just the smile. It's the smile. Look like he might be good at what he does in bed. I don't know. They don't have no words on the curb that any reports out like they got on French Montana. So I mean, but he seemed like. I mean, I wouldn't want nothing to do with it. He's too young for me, but it looked like it's cute. It looked like it's a good time for somebody. So get that dick, girl. I know that's right.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say a word.
Well, that is that on that, honey. Well, baby, this next story I got. Why is Nate Dogg's son, honey, out here sounding the alarm about Snoop Dogg? Nate Dogg's son is out here saying that Snoop Dogg he said Snoop Dogg stole or took um Nate Dogg's masters. So I have this link here from Hot New Hip Hop. Let me get that here. And you also see where it says Nate Dogg's son accuses Snoop Dogg of taking late rapper's masters. So there's a video clip of him talking on the podcast about it. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna see what he has to say.
There is something going on. There's a feud right now, and I'll be the one to say it because it's my family, and it's like, and I'm who I am, and, and some shit went down, at a show. You feel me recently, and it's like, I might as well. I feel comfortable sharing and speaking on it. Um, but supposedly Snoop, got the okay from my grandma to go to her house and get my pop's masters. She, you know, pretty much showed him where the masters were, however this occurred, and he left with the masters. My uncle,
Mhm.
when my daddy got sick, my uncle placed the masters at my grandma's house.
Gotcha.
He wasn't aware that Snoop went to my grandma's house and got the masters. And I'm only repeating what my uncle is like riding on. Like, and when I say riding on, like me and him just got into a big feud at Warren G show recently, like in front of a lot of people. And it was like embarrassing almost. And I want to get this off because we ain't talked since. And this is something that I'm speaking on as to like shit that's affecting me on some like, man, this shit kind of whack, like, cause I don't know what's what, but I'm just sharing what's out there and what I'm being told. And what Snoop has always told me is, you know, he don't got it and he don't know you and he would never do something like that. But my thing is, it's like, I at least would want to know, like, you do got it and it's safe, maybe.
You don't really know where the masters are.
Nah. But I know that he said that he placed them there, and I don't believe he lying,
We don't even know if Snoop got it or not.
Nah.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Snoop, you got Nate Dogg's masters, honey.
first of all, why would the uncle put him at the grandmother's house? What was that about? Why would he move them? First of all,
Mm. Oh,
no.
maybe it was something trap related. Remember, Jesus said had the rest of the yams in my auntie house. I don't know, but yeah, or maybe he was doing it for safekeeping in some way. Maybe he thought it would be safe at the mom's house. Maybe because that's been a house that's been in the family for a long time. I don't know, but that is a good question. Like, why would he take it there in the first place? And
Yeah.
and and why would mom like show Snoop? Well, I mean, you can't really blame her, especially she didn't know like about any business related things or any back and forth. So,
Well, yeah,
but
Snoop could have said anything if he really did that. But it seemed like the uncle would have said, because she knew where they were, right? These are very, like, important. Don't let nobody touch them other than the family. He would have said, I'm putting these over here. These are important. Don't let nobody get to I it's just too many holes here.
hmm Well, I'm certainly gonna keep it. I'm gonna try to feel because we like to get to the bottom of things, honey. So I'm gonna continue to follow this to see if I'm gonna watch to see if Snoop replies. He probably won't reply anytime soon because currently now he's like doing some Olympic events. I just saw
Right.
him on TV this morning.
Yeah, he's
So
busy. But that doesn't even
mhm.
make sense that Snoop would go to this woman's house. I just don't. How would he even know that they're there? How would he know that? How?
And I just want to point out this is like what the second or maybe even third story that we heard about Snoop doing some shady dealings. Remember what his cousin Dash Dillinger accused him of being shady.
Because
So,
he is.
oop,
Okay.
oop, oop.
Yeah.
I did okay.
I don't know.
Hello,
How
everyone.
would he know though? How would he know that that's where they were? Nobody would know that information unless somebody told him where they were.
Somebody probably told him.
Did the uncle
hmm
tell him? Who told him where they were?
Yeah. Somebody told him.
Somebody.
We gonna find out, honey. Well, speaking of somebody, hey, gorgeous moon, welcome.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I mean, I was having a major technical difficulties, but I'm back.
No worries, honey. We are happy you are here. Well, honey, let's talk about Miss Jill Zarin, honey. Jill Zarin, she feels she was done so wrong, honey. Well, did y'all hear about her? I know y'all probably heard by now that she had some things to say about Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance. And she felt that it wasn't white enough. She got some she got some backlash, and that ass has been fired. And
Look
y'all
here, when I say karma be moving sometimes so swiftly, and I'd be like, go ahead, girl, do your
okay,
thing.
wake it up. And y'all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Jill Zarin stunned over sudden firing from E over halftime show opinion. Ha! Well, Jill Zarin is struggling to process her sudden firing from E's upcoming reunion series, The Golden Life, and TMZ has learned she feels blindsided by the fallout. In case you didn't know, Blink 49 Studios cut ties with Jill Tuesday following her posting, then deleting an Instagram video Sunday criticizing Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show. The comments, later reposted on Twitter, sparked backlash and ultimately led to her firing from the show. Sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ Jill believes she was punished for expressing an opinion, while other housewives have said or done far worse without facing similar consequences. People close to Jill have told us they strongly dispute accusations that her comments were insensitive, insisting anyone who personally knows her would say that characterization is unfair. According to our sources, Jill feels her firing is very premature and is especially hurt because she was the driving force behind reuniting the original Real Housewives of New York women and helping get the show greenlit at E, only to feel pushed aside once controversy erupted. Those who've spoken with Jill since the firing say she's confused by what she views as cancel culture, explaining she quickly deleted the post after realizing she misspoke. After rewatching the performance, she better understood its cultural importance and felt terrible, which is why the video came down so fast. We're
No, she
told,
realized her money was on the fucking line. Let's
wake,
stop playing fucking dumb.
wake that up, okay? It goes on. We're told Jill is upset. People interpreted her remarks as targeting a broader group, and sources call the situation unfortunate. We're told she doesn't need the show financially
Oops.
and only signed on to have fun and bring the OG women back together. Another source close to Jill says she's bummed producers didn't use the teachable moment as an opportunity on the show, suggesting the women could have addressed the matter on camera with her. We've reached out to reps for Jill. So far, no word back.
My question is, why do white women always feel like they could say anything and they be so shocked when they have repercussions? You basically got on camera and said it was too ethnic, it needed to be white. You
Mm-hmm.
don't understand. You could have sat there and not made a video. You could have said that in a group with all the
Mm-hmm.
people you was with and just gone about your business. But no, you had to put it on social media. Now you're so surprised that there's consequences for your actions.
And you're not that kind of person. Well, what kind of person are you? Because You wouldn't have never put that up there if you weren't that kind of
Thank
person.
you.
That's how I look at it. Now we doing the
Thank
apology
you.
tour since you getting consequences. Girl, no.
Eh, well, she's not that kind of. Well, I can't tell. She put out a video. I didn't even know who she was before that.
There was not
Now,
one white person. Oh, well, Lady Gaga. I had to look her up. I didn't even know who she was. She's had so much work
how
done.
you not know who Lady Gaga
Girl,
is, bitch? Girl, bad.
girl.
Girl, bad. Tell me it wasn't no white person. Yeah, Lady Gaga was up there. There was a white person.
You know who wasn't saying that? Black people wasn't out there saying there wasn't no black people out there. Um, yeah, you that kind of
Child,
person. You and
child.
millions of other white people are those kind of persons.
And any other ignorant ass nigga who is trying to align themselves with whiteness, they out there saying the same stupid ass shit you saying. And I hope they get
Mhm.
canceled in their life too.
And one thing I've seen, especially like on my timelines across all my social medias, is like black people, black Americans specifically, being really like congratulatory of Bad Bunny because he actually broke Kendrick's record from last year as the most watched halftime performance of all time. And black people like congratulations, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
We not no
Yes,
haters.
he sure did. He broke everybody's record who's been on there. I'm like, go Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
That's
And
a statement all by itself.
and then y'all, I saw it on a ticker on this morning on Good Morning America. They tried somebody put on there that it was the lowest ratings.
Oh please,
I said, "Ooh, no, they not trying to be out here lying."
lying.
Oh, we
I
sure they
said, "Who
weren't talking about the Turning Point USA event?
Child, I said, I don't know who put that on the ticker, but they tried it. They tried it. Because we already knew it was records broken.
The
Ch-
lowest rated. Who put that lie out?
Mhm.
Child, I hope they got fired too. Look here. We
And
may
now
be
they
in the
got
darkest times right now that we've seen. I'm talking about millennials, lower age Gen X's. You know, this may be the probably the most trying times we've had in a long time because I feel it every day. But baby, when I say when we stand up, we be showing up and showing out, and these folks be changing. I saw something where Netflix tried to move Michelle's number
Mm,
one or like her
mm-hmm.
ranking into the children's.
Yep, they moved her documentary
I
into
said,
the
I know
children's
you
section.
fucking lying. I
People,
who
Mhm.
fucking tried it over
what?
there,
How dare
and
you?
I missed this whole I missed this whole shenanigans. This happened so damn quick. I missed it. That
Because
they
they
got
see
so
her
much
as a
backlash,
child.
and they got so much backlash. Yeah, then they ended up having to put her everywhere. Oh yeah, yeah.
Right. They got the backlash all over the place.
I said, well,
But why would they do
why do
that?
they keep
Why?
trying it?
Why? Yeah, why? That's a good
I
question.
just don't. I don't understand. Like, why do y'all keep trying us?
They don't want black women to get too loud, honey. Especially black women
Too
with
late.
sense. Right.
We too late.
Exactly.
We loud. Ain't nothing. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. We out
the,
here.
the only loud black women, the powers that be one are people like, the sexy reds and the diamond and silks. Oh, ain't one of them dead? My bad. One of them dead. I
Mm-hmm.
forget which diamond or silk. One of them dead.
I think it's
We don't
diamond.
care.
Yeah, and
Hello.
I don't.
At all.
Cause they so early on, child.
And
The
I,
coonery
be-
was.
I believe
Ugh.
they were being paid, but still, no.
I'm sorry, but there's not enough money for me to sell out my people. There's not enough money.
Mm-mm.
You mean that's what I'm gonna be labeled as at the after all of that
Yep.
is
I
a
don't think it's
sellout
worth
for the
it.
rest of my life? Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way.
Yep.
I just
There ain't
cannot
enough
do
money
it.
out there,
Mm-mm.
There's enough for some people to do it,
and
obviously.
it's sad. And it's sad.
It is. It is. Some people will sell their soul for money. They absolutely will.
Like Snoop Dogg over there
That
cooning it
bitch.
with the Winter Olympics or something. But
I was happy for him initially before he did his buffoonery,
Hmm.
but fuck him. And every
Hmm.
course he wrote in on, I don't give a fuck about his ass. He sold himself out.
Well, child, speaking of that Winter Olympics, honey, now there's someone now, I don't watch anything sports related, but I know of this name here, and I'm probably going to say it incorrectly, but there's someone by the name of Sterla Home Lagreed. Now, why his name is important because he actually got while he was competing and everything, he actually got on camera for millions of viewers to see, and he admitted that he was cheating on his damn girlfriend, honey.
I'm sorry, what?
She
Uh huh.
already knew. She already knew. He just admitted that he cheated on her.
He admitted that she cheated in front of millions of people, and now, baby, she not even sure if she want to accept that apology.
He wants her
And
back.
yep, y'all see, I just shared here by way of TMZ. Olympian's ex-girlfriend responds to on-air cheating confession.
What? Okay.
Well,
He wanted to humiliate himself in public to show her he was sorry.
I hope she
hmm
don't take his ass back. Please.
based on this article, it doesn't look like she is, but who knows?
Girl
But
power, yay.
and it appears Thurlow Home agrees not out of the doghouse yet. And they put yet in question mark. His ex-girlfriend has addressed his public cheating confession during the Winter Olympics and she said forgiveness isn't so easy. Um, SHL's ex, who asked to remain anonymous, spoke with Norwegian news outlet VG about Tuesday's viral moment when the biathlete admitted during his medal winning interview that he stepped out on her months ago. I made the biggest mistake of my life and was unfaithful, and I told her about it a week ago, he said. This has been the worst week of my life. Before addressing the confession, she congratulated him and his teammate, Johan Olav Botten, on winning the bronze. But despite his public apology, she's not ready to move past his infidelity. It's hard to forgive, she wrote to VG, even after a declaration of love in front of the whole world. I did not choose to be put in this position, and it hurts to have to be put in it. We have had contact, and he is aware of my opinions on this. She also said that she was grateful to her friends and family who have supported her through this time and to everyone else who has thought of me and sympathized without knowing who I am. He is aware of his ex's remarks and told VG he has no comment. Hmm.
That was so selfish of him to put that out there.
Yep.
Like, that's like we were talking about when Hallie's boyfriend was talking about trying to get her to marry him, on a public forum. This is the same bullshit. He
Low
Yep.
and
key,
she
it's a
said,
little form of abuse.
yeah, they've already talked about it. She's hurt. She's not ready to forgive him, and for him to do this in front of millions of people, acting like this is going to be the thing that changes her mind is crazy.
Nuts.
Because
Matter of
it's
fact,
been the
it
worst
pissed
week
me
of
off.
his life.
Yeah, his life.
Ugh. They don't learn. They do not
Ooh,
learn.
baby. Mm-mm.
They the worst. They the weakest league. White, black, Asian, Mexican, Latino, whatever. They
I,
all be doing the same fucking fuckery.
I wouldn't take him back because to me, this is a form of manipulation. If she really believes this, you know,
One
that I
thousand
could do
percent.
this, she'll know that I'm really sorry. No. Mm-mm.
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 To be
You think I want the whole world to know that you community dick? Like, damn. And then what if I take you back? Now I'm gonna be sitting here looking stupid for taking your ass
stupid.
back.
Because you
Mm-hmm.
done put it in a public forum on
Yep.
the Olympic stage, you
Now
fucking
y'all on watch.
idiot.
Y'all on the watch list.
Oh
Child. And I
my
will
God.
be watching. Like I won't be watching him compete in none of these sports, but I will be watching this relationship, honey.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
dumb. They so damn embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Well, speaking of embarrassing, honey, imagine being stripped of your Miss America crown for being transphobic. Like of all the things that you can have your crown stripped of, hatred of another community of people is just like one of the most lowbrow things I can think of, honey.
But so
And
typical. So typical.
So typical. And it looks like this happened to Miss Kaylee Bush here, who was Miss Florida in 2024. And you see where it says here, pageant winner Kaylee Bush rips Miss America after being stripped of crown.
Hmm.
it's
Mhm.
Where they come from? A fucking Florida, Texas. Come on now,
Not Florida,
y'all so
Texas.
fucking predictable. It's disgusting
It's true.
at
It's
this
funny
point.
because it's true.
Like, are y'all fucking for like? God.
Sit down, girl. Sit down.
Yeah, she really needs to. Well, beauty pageant winner Kaylee Bush used to admire Miss America, but now she's ripping the organization for being unable to define what a woman is, along with disagreements over trans women, which led to her being stripped of her crown. We got Kaylee on Capitol Hill, and our photographer asked her about her beef with Miss America. And she explained how some controversial language in her Miss America contract led to a falling out. Kaylee was crowned Miss North Florida in September of 2024, but 2 months later, she was stripped of her crown because she refused to sign a contract with Miss America that she says went against her beliefs, namely that women also include biological males who undergo transgender reassignment surgery. So she says the contract would have opened the door for her to compete against transgender women, which she wasn't on board with, and which she didn't sign on the dotted line. Miss America stripped her crown. Kaylee's got a new crown and sash, though, proudly showing off her Miss She Leads America distinction and touting her celebrity support. It's an interesting conversation. No, it's not. The whole saga has tarnished Miss America in Kaylee's eyes. A spokesperson for Miss America tells TMZ Miss America's position is grounded in uniform application of its rules, fairness to all contestants, and adherence to non discrimination principles. The contract does not compel Ms. Bush to compromise her personal beliefs. It requires only that all contestants compete under the same standards and refrain from discriminatory conduct towards others. You know what, Miss America, you ate that, honey. Say we ain't tell she don't have to sign if she don't want to, but if she want to compete in this competition, she will need to sign and not discriminate against anybody. Because we said what we said.
And they under new
Period.
management. So,
Period.
baby, it's all inclusive. And if you don't feel like you can compete, then that you know what? And this is why they are so upset. White folks hate to compete with other people because they just think they should be able to get it. They hate that their level of mediocrity is just never going to be enough. It's not.
Did
Yeah,
she
when it's
start a
opened it up.
GoFundMe yet?
Oh, probably.
Probably, I'm sure. She already was giving this old fuck ass crown. What they call her, Miss She Leads America. She leads nothing. She gonna lead y'all.
Nothing.
She can't even lead y'all to a fucking mailbox. Are you
You
kidding
feel
Nothing.
me?
like you can't compete against somebody you don't even see as a woman. You should be able to bag that, right?
Should be.
Man.
Right.
Shouldn't care.
So, and
Mm.
the gag is she was so afraid of losing her crown to what she called a quote unquote biological male and still lost it anyway for being stupid.
And that's how mediocre you know you have to be. You ain't got no confidence that you can beat out a biological male. You don't have the
Girl.
confidence.
Mhm.
These folks they hate because they know they are mediocre. They know it. And so that's why they
Super.
want everything closed and just for them. Because, when you compete against other mediocre people, you may come out the winner.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe.
I
Ask
mean, I
Philip
remember
Phillips
that
on
Miss
American
America
Idol.
girl. Was it Miss America or Miss Universe? That girl who, I mean, when I say she didn't know what she was saying in that speech, and I was like, how did you get this far? How? And you up here repeating and saying the exact same thing and saying nothing all at the same time.
Look, she said, I got what matters. I'm pretty and I got good puss. So
Well, that's debatable. I can't even speak for if that's what that is, because I don't know what they got. Mm-mm.
well, you're right. I can't speak for her, but that's definitely true in my case. I'm pretty and I got good puss.
Well, yes.
Oh my God.
I will
Next.
participate in your foolery today. Yes, and
Look,
yes.
I'm like Megan Thee Stallion, honey. Any chance I get to talk about this good puss, I'm gonna talk about it. Maybe even put it in a song,
Oh my God.
baby. Speaking of songs, honey, girl, oh my God, guys, oh my God, oh my God, Britney Spears. just
Oh, gee.
sold off her. She just sold the rights to her entire catalog, guys.
Oh,
Oh my
damn,
god.
she needed money. Ooh.
Hello, wake it up. And y'all see
Ooh,
I
that
just
money
shared here
wasn't
about
coming in fast enough, baby.
and you see I just shared here by way of TMZ. Britney Spears sells her rights to her music catalog. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Moon, I got three more stories left. This is my third story.
No, that's okay. Oh my God, Brittany, why would you do that?
Money,
hmm
money, money.
I know, but baby, all the rights to all of your, ooh, baby. Mm.
She brought her millions, I'm sure, though.
Yeah, but
Listen,
they
Oh,
gonna blow
baby,
through that.
baby, how was I supposed to know?
You know
That's
she
what
ain't
you're gonna be
under
saying.
no care no more. She finna blow through that money like
Yeah, because what is she doing that's making her money right now? Nothing.
nothing. And I
Dancing in
guess
her
them
drawers on
streams
the
ain't.
internet ain't paying, I'm sure. Like,
hmm
you know.
Low key, Ply said he got her though.
I'm sorry, what?
Ply
What?
said he got. Why does Ply say he got her? I don't. I'm not understanding.
Listen, Plies love him some goddamn Britney Spears. You hear me? He love him some goddamn Britney Spears.
Okay.
I do too,
That was
but
on my.
for me to say I got her, like I wouldn't say that. Like okay, but I'm not. I'm also not Ply, so that's that's that.
The fuckery.
Well, Britney Spears just signed a massive new music deal, one that sells her rights to her extensive music catalog. TMZ has learned. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Britney sold her ownership share of her catalog to Primary Wave, a music publisher. It's unclear how much Britney was paid for the music. The exact dollar amount is not in the documents, but our sources describe the agreement as a landmark deal in the ballpark of the $200 million deal Justin Bieber signed when he sold his music. The doc show Britney, who's managed by Cade Hudson, put pen to paper to sell the music on December 30th. And our sources say she's happy with the sale and has been celebrating by spending time with her kids.
Mm.
The deal includes Britney hits like "You Drive Me Crazy," "Baby One More Time," "Break the Ice," "Circus," "Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know," "Every Time," "Give Me More," "Hold It Against Me," "I Want to Go," "If You Seek Amy," "I'm a Slave for You," "I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman,"
we don't
"Look."
we don't need all that.
I think the TMZ just kind of wanted to remind us that Britney does, even though she might be a Karen at times, she do
Oh yeah,
got
she
hits that
got a
stick
lot
like
of
grits.
hits. Yeah, she got
Mm.
a lot of hits. I ain't gonna lie. She probably got paid
No,
well.
she do, but baby girl, you gave away all your rights?
Every last one, honey. And then it goes on to say, the Princess of Pop joins a growing list of artists who have sold their music catalogs in recent years, including huge acts like Bieber, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, Neil Young, Shakira, Kiss, Sting, Phil Collins, and Stevie Nicks. Stevie sold an 80% stake in her publishing catalog to Primary Wave back in 2020. At the time, her copyrights were reportedly valued at about $100 million. We've reached
Mm,
out to Brittany and Primary Wave. So far, no word back.
I don't know. I feel
didn't
very mixed about this because when
I don't.
you, oh, I meant like the overall concept of people selling their catalog when there's other half of people that are fighting to get the rights of their catalog, and I'm like, but is this like mismanagement? Like, why are you not making money off of this and that you have to sell it? Is it just not coming fast enough, or what is wrong?
It's hard out
Eh,
here for a pimp.
It's hard, and you notice the date that she sold it. It was all they said they sold it like right at December 30th. So that leads me to believe that maybe it had something to do with taxes for the new year or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a comment saying $200 million is good. Yes, it was good for Justin Bieber, but for
Mm-hmm.
Britney Spears, I think her catalog is worth a whole lot more. But then again, this money is way outside of my understanding. I have never seen, probably won't ever see in my lifetime. Not well, who knows? Maybe one day. Knock on wood.
We're gonna claim that you
We
are.
we gonna
Mm-hmm.
claim that. But
We're gonna
yeah, I
claim that.
just I feel like her catalog is worth more, especially like compared to Justin Bieber. Like she has way more. You see, I had to stop, and just so y'all know, I wasn't even through half of that list of hits that they named in that article. So Justin Bieber
Like
don't have
Brittany
as
have
many.
definitely had a whole decade of like a time.
Ugh.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
I mean, she
I
can
don't
live
know.
off the money. I mean, I think the
Well,
difference is people out here fighting for their catalogs because they don't own them. But if you do own them, then you get a big payout like this. Like if you
you
own
think
your
that's
own
why they
stuff,
want to own them is to?
well, yeah,
But I
because you
was
could sell
thinking,
it for millions of dollars. Like if you're not making no money off somebody else holding it, why wouldn't you want your own? And I mean, look at things like this that happen. Who wouldn't want 200 million? Right now.
but I feel like it's almost like how they do homes when they gentrify homes. Like
Yeah,
you sell it for this, but if they're about to get, if they sell for 200 million, I feel like they finna make 400 million.
yeah, but if you
Yep.
need the money, I mean, 200 million ain't nothing to sneeze at.
It's not, but
If you need the
also,
money.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the older people, like when they sell it off, then yeah, they're like, I'm at I'm over the hill now. I ain't making no more new music. I can still be out here touring, or I'm selling this catalog, and now I'm about to retire, so I don't have to tour no more, or whatever. But I guess I don't know. I don't know. It's just I feel like it's a weird concept of like either you're doing some mismanagement because like why are you not making money off your catalog, steady
Yeah.
money.
And we have a comment saying she may need the money. I don't think there's a may about it. I think she
Oh
certainly needed
yeah.
that money because what is she? She hasn't been touring. There's no new music, and just like Chill said earlier, we're only seeing her on that. She might make maybe some TikTok or Instagram money, but for Britney Spears, honey, they ain't gonna do nothing but maybe buy a purse, like a,
Yeah,
Mhm.
a purse and some caviar.
Is she
But
even
but
making appearances, or she's not
when
doing
her daddy
anything
was
to
managing
generate
her
money?
shit, she was fine. He ain't been manager for like 2 years now, and she done blew through everything.
Well.
and you know what? Something tells me, honey, with this news coming out, I think you remember that ex-husband of hers, Sam. I think he probably gonna be coming out the woodwork thinking he deserves some of that.
I mean, she got a really
Probably.
big house. She got bills. She got big bills. Um, I don't know what she's done. She may have spent some money when she got out of her conservatorship, but
May have, honey.
you know,
She was out in these streets.
her lifestyle demands a high maintenance. So yeah,
Girl, she better put on that schoolgirl uniform and get on OnlyFans and sell some feet.
Them dirty feet.
she could have been
Look,
dancing on OnlyFans in her drawers. Like, why was you doing it on the internet for free? Like, at least try to make some money off of that.
somebody want to see them dirty feet, honey. They gonna pay top dollar for them dirty ass feet, honey.
Hmm.
Mm, mm, mm.
Ooh,
Ooh, have
child.
a mighty fall. Ooh, child.
Child. Well, speaking of dirty feet, honey, how about Project Pat done walked his dirty feet into a school, honey, to talk about Christianity and accepting Jesus into your life, honey. And people are, school organizations are like upset about that. I think and rightfully so, but really I think the only reason they're upset because it's a black man that did it. But nevertheless, I feel like I'm one of the people that feels that they should keep all religion out of schools.
Okay.
But y'all see, I just shared here by way of Fox 13 in Memphis. Haywood School District accused of First Amendment violation after Memphis rapper speaks to students. So, a visit by a Memphis rapper drew a religious debate against the local school district. Project Pat visited Haywood High School in Haywood County in December of 2025 to speak to the students during a mandatory assembly. According to a statement by the nonprofit Freedom from Religion Foundation, that goes by FFRF, Project Pat was introduced by a person who asked the students to identify themselves as Christian or Muslim and then led the students in prayer. FFRF said Project Pat also led the audience in prayer, as well as speaking about God and expressing hope that the students would accept Jesus as their Savior. He concluded the assembly by distributing the tongue, a creative force by Charlie Capps, an overtly proselytizing book, the foundation said. The nonprofit said they called out the Haywood County School District for the event, saying that the assembly violated the students' First Amendment rights by subjecting them to school sponsored religious exercise and coercive proselytization. Students cannot simply leave the assembly without risking disciplinary action, nor is it reasonable to expect students to recognize their constitutional rights are being violated and dissent. FFRF legal fellow Charlotte Good wrote to the superintendent. The organization says students or staff who are non religious or hold beliefs in other faiths were marginalized by the event. Allowing guest speakers such as Project PAC to proselytize during mandatory school events sends a clear message of exclusion to students who do not share those beliefs, FFRF said. Even if an opt out had been offered, which does appear to have been the case, voluntariness does not excuse a constitutional violation. Public schools may not sponsor or endorse religious messages, particularly when more than half of Generation Z is non Christian, including the 43% that is non religious. The school district responded by agreeing to be more careful about the guest speakers they bring into their schools, FFRF said. Superintendent Amy Marsh told the organization that Haywood County Schools had no intention of violating their students' rights and would be pre screening guest speakers moving forward. I mean, I feel like while it was going on, didn't nobody in the school, like one of the teachers say, "Hey, this ain't right. Like maybe he shouldn't be talking about this. Maybe this should be something that's now if this was a Christian school, a Christian sponsored school or whatever, maybe even a private school, cool. But this is a public school, baby, and the FFRF is absolutely right. If these students would have opted to leave this assembly, they would have been disciplined, and we know that they would have been written up or probably suspended and all this. So they had to sit there and listen to it. Just think about the Muslim students that were in there and had to listen to that message. Like I'm I was disgusted when I heard about this. Go ahead, Libra Queen.
They're gonna be screening people going further forward, but why you didn't screen prior to? I just it's confusion to me, confusion as fuck to me. And if you know the statistics about your students not being religious or not of the generation of your students not being religious, what in your right fucking mind would tell you, yeah, this is how we gonna connect to the kids. Let's bring in this man who gonna be talking about God and Jesus and shit. Oh, make it make motherfucking sense. Cause it don't. And I hope they sue.
I do too. I was very disgusted, but I think, and then again, like I said, two things can be true at the same time. Like they certainly shouldn't be um talking about religious things like this in public schools and telling them to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior in a public school assembly. But I feel like if it were someone like Joel Osteen, or hey, maybe let me use Justin Bieber, because you remember how Justin Bieber was going on his Christian tour. If it were him and he was in the school in that assembly, so I don't think there would be the same amount of outrage. If y'all see what I'm trying to say, but yeah, to keep it all out of there. They should not be. They already have to say the Pledge of Allegiance, which in itself is kind of problematic with that one little line, one nation under God. But they still have to say it. But I was I said Project Pat did what? Him of all people, and if you really want to wake it up, honey, they're trying to act like he just whole saved thing. Because if you remember what 3 6 Mafia is, right? Them 3 6s and how they used to talk about, speaking with the devil and all this, and now he want to go to schools talking about Jesus and girl, if y'all don't stop trying to hand me glasses of piss and telling me it's lemonade, y'all better get out my face. And I tell you, honey, you know how I feel about that crystal fascism, honey. And you see, this is a prime example of it. Somebody thought that this shit was gonna slide. Somebody was like, "Ooh, Project Pat. Yeah, he from the hood. Let's let him come speak to the students. Whatever he got to say. We know he a preacher now." Because if you do a little bit of research, then you will know this about him. You know that he's turned his life over, and he's talked about this in interviews before. That he's turned his life over to God after actually seeing the devil and all this and all that other craziness. So I thought I was disgusted. I'm sorry, and I felt so bad for those students. I had to sit through that shit, and I wonder how long the assembly was. I hope it wasn't no damn like hour and a half, 2 hours putting over that shit. Well, anyway, let's end with my last story. Let's end with some positive shit that's going on in schools, honey. So shout out to La Russell. I just learned of who he is today, but Libra Queen, out of curiosity, did y'all? He's a
Yes,
rapper. You do know who La
yes.
Russell
I
is?
know
Barely.
LaRessa.
You know
Barely
him?
BS.
I know.
Yay! Well, we're gonna know him and like him even more now because what he did, he actually so even after because I learned that he would perform at some Super Bowl events. So after all of this, he still took time to go and start a school's first hackathon. And y'all see, I just shared here by way of all hip hop, La Russell funds student startups after Oakland hackathon. So it's actually a really good news clip that talks about it. Let me share my screen and we'll just watch this and discuss it after we finish watching.
Students here are participating in Oakland Tech's first ever hackathon. They're creating a business from scratch and taking it all the way to the market. And today they had a special investor straight from the Super Bowl.
I'm finna re-tap in, and if we do it, y'all gotta turn the bed.
Laptops open, ideas flying, and rapper Lil Russell inspiring students to build
Source code
businesses.
or
It's
incident
not
details.
your typical school day. Today's hackathon is part of a hands-on business and finance class. The class was created by a teacher affectionately known as Miss Davis.
The knowledge of how to create a business, they'll take the skill set of problem statements, target audience, what makes you unique, and all those things.
Come
They can
on,
apply
black
that
woman.
to any business.
A lot of courage to be first.
Fresh off a performance at the Super Bowl.
It wasn't just a win for me. I really feel like it was a win for all of us. And I wanted to showcase our music and our culture and our greats.
The Russell came to Oakland surprising students, listening to pitches, and investing real money into student-run startups.
Sometimes all you need is one person to believe in you for you to realize that it's possible. And I just want to be that person today that shows them, hey, this isn't just a school project. This is real. Here's some real money to go do some real work.
One thing that sets us apart from DoorDash is that we are able to console with you before you are buying things.
From delivery services to sentimental mood-based candles with collectible charms, seniors like Nia McGolden say the experience made entrepreneurship feel real. Her business was one that La Russell invested in.
It validates that our business is actually, like worth something and that people are going to like it.
The technology and mentorship is provided from AI Homegirl founder Kayla Love, who says hackathons help turn ideas into action.
You can really use this to create a business without a lot of capital, without a developer. And so it really enables the everyday person, somebody that just has an idea that's really great to actually get started.
These students will continue to grow their businesses until April when they'll compete regionally against other high school created businesses. In Oakland, Valina Jones, NBC Bay Area News.
Did that make y'all smile from ear to ear? Oh, but I was just smiling from ear to ear. I love to see that. So that's what they need in schools, not no damn Project Pat talking about Jesus. That's the kind of things that they need in these schools, honey, public schools. And do you see how these kids, their faces just lit up talking about their businesses and like it's so nice to see, especially during this time of year, during Black History Month. So shout out to La Russell. And you know what? Let me go stream. I don't. I've just learned of him today. I'm gonna go stream some of his music just because of this. And we have some comments saying this is so good to see the location of Oakland to be surrounded by the center of California Tech neighborhood of UC Berkeley. Oh, okay. Say anyone can literally produce products now. Just requires discipline and consistency. I know that's right. I know that's right.
And he's one of the like I'm not saying he's underground, but he somewhat is underground still, and a lot of what he does is very like community based, looking out for the people. His lyrics are dope. It's none of that like mumble, you don't know what they saying. I'm selling drugs and selling pussy type shit. It is like really rap like how it used to be with substance. And we don't have enough of those. Like where you can actually enjoy the lyricism, the music. He been doing his thing, and he's a smart guy, and I
Clearly a
love it.
smart guy doing smart things. And let me see, I just Googled, I mean, not Google, but I just searched him on YouTube. Let me see his most played song for, oh, he got a tiny desk. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I could certainly watch the tiny desk to get a good understanding of him. And let me just see what his most played song looks like. Oh, there's one. Oh, he got a song that was with the Jabberwockies and Lil Jon. Oh, oh yeah. Let me bookmark this so I can go back and look at some La Russell shit, honey. I like this. I like La Russell. You do your thing, young man. So, well, you all, that was actually all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out, did anybody have any tea that they want to share or any tea that I might have missed? Oh yes, go ahead, Libra Queen.
So apparently Jennifer Hudson is going to Broadway to Dreamgirls. So I just would like to know. So what about her show? Question mark? Question mark?
Mm.
Because the Broadway comes back and goes back to Dreamgirls goes back to Broadway in fall, and she'll be a part of that team. So she gonna be still doing her show or not?
I'ma just go ahead and say hell no. Because the thing, if you're gonna do Broadway or any type of
Hello.
production like that, you gonna require she gonna be doing at least 6 to 7 shows a week, honey. She ain't gonna have time to be doing nobody's talk show. You remember how Wendy Williams tried she played Big Mama Thornton in Chicago, honey. She damn near wanted to quit on day two. She said, "This a lot," and kudos to y'all who be doing this shit. This is a lot for me, honey. So, I don't think she's gonna be able to. I hope not. I would certainly, because I definitely don't want to see or aid in the cancellation of any black women on TV. But I don't. Why, if they already got rid of Sherry, why would they keep Jennifer around?
Hmm.
Why the spirit tunnel? Why?
Hmm. We'll
I
see.
don't know.
Time will tell.
I'm pushing back that Berkeley or Oakland is a suburb of Berkeley. I think we should go the other way around. Technically, Oakland was incorporated first.
Oh, he talking about something completely
I,
different. All
like
right,
we'll just take your
but
word
yes,
for it.
yeah, but we gonna go. We gonna say yeah, yeah, yeah. In Black History Month, absolutely, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Cup. Look, I'm like, okay, well, get us straight then.
don't you get? I don't want to be straight. Nobody's straight. Don't give me
Oh, I mean,
nothing.
not
Like, let
that
me
straight. Okay, simmer down. I didn't mean that straight.
no, and thank you for that piece of tea, Quinn. And I just shared this link here from the Hollywood Reporter that talks about it. She joins the Dreamgirls Broadway producer. Oh, is it a producing team? Oh, so that's different. Let me read the. Is she going to? Because
Oh,
if she's in the producing team, that's different. Then, so maybe her show
yeah.
won't be canceled. Then let me look. Let me skim through the
Look, but
article.
she lining up another job, child. She said, y'all ain't finna have me out here losing streams of income.
Yeah. Her statement says 20 years ago, my life changed forever because of a film called Dreamgirls. Inspired by the iconic stage musical, I was given the opportunity of a lifetime to portray the one and only Effie White, a woman whose story and voice remains an ever present force in my life. I am beyond honored to join the extraordinary producing team behind this special, newly reimagined Broadway revival, and to help bring Dreamgirls back to the stage through the visionary direction and choreography of Camille A. Brown. This fall cannot come soon enough, Hudson said. It says she joins producers Sonya Freeman Productions, Sue Wagner, and John Johnson. So yeah, it just sounds like she's gonna be on the production team. Okay. So yeah, maybe there's a chance that her show will stay. Hmm. Well, that is that on that. Did anybody else have any other tea they want to share before we head it out?
No, you already did my tea.
Well, thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. Don't forget to subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederek.com, hit the big green subscribe button at the top left. It is completely free and you get hugs from me in your email daily, honey.
I tried
We
to make a
Yay.
comment before you went there.
Oh, what?
What?
I haven't seen anything about her in common lately. Is that still going on?
Oh,
I think they are. I didn't see anything about them breaking up.
no
Yeah, I feel
news
like
is
if they
good
broke
news,
up,
I
we
guess.
certainly would have heard it.
And I am mad that I missed the Black History Month.
Yep,
Um,
your home girl.
oh yeah,
Yep,
So I'm
I
gonna
was
have to
actually
listen
even
to
trying
that.
to drag it out
Wait.
because to see if you wanted to like say anything. You'll hear it at the beginning of the show. I was like, I was trying to drag because I kind of knew you was having issues, technical issues, but I was like, let me kind of drag it out. Yes. Hey, gorgeous
Hey,
moon.
hey. Well, I was bumbling and fumbling. I couldn't hear nothing. I was like, what is going on?
No,
But
it's all good. And you tell our cousin we said hey.
hey. I'm when you clip it, or I think you clip the Black History Month ones, don't you?
I am. Yep. I actually got like two more I
I'll
need to clip.
I'll send it over.
Yes. Well, so again, thank y'all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. Don't forget to subscribe to a bitch. And we will be back tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live show if you can make it. Until then, I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye, guys.